2025 BMW Z4, and yes, this is the M40i with the new 6-speed manual transmission. Z4 for my American friends here. Honestly, when I said Nissan Z, I didn't think it sounded like right. I feel like Nissan Z sounds better, but BMW Z4 sounds way better to me than BMW Z4. Regardless, however you say it, this is a beautiful frozen deep green metallic. It is a gorgeous matte color. It did rain last night, so it has some definite water spots on it. So that's the unfortunate part about a color like this. It's gonna show dirt immediately, but it is stunning. And we have the M Sport brakes. We have the bigger wheels on this. Yes, we have the manual transmission. This thing is speedy and fun and beautiful. Interior leather option. This spec has everything you would want on the Z4. All right, you're gonna get a better look at the water spots that I'm telling you about. Unfortunately, it rained last night, and so it does have some spots on it. Beautiful black grille and black accents on this spec. And we get the M badging, we get the M performance brakes, the bigger wheels than as is on the base. And yes, this is the twin turbo inline six. On the M40i, you can get a base Z4 with a 4-cylinder in it. I'll talk more about pricing at the end, of course, as I usually do. And then you can have a sneak peek at the interior here. It is a gorgeous leather, and this even has the M Sport seat belts that I love. We have a premium Harman Kardon sound system in there. You can see speakers behind the driver and passenger. I love that netting. I've been putting my purse behind there when I'm driving my daughter to school or I have another passenger. I love how the electronic brake comes off on its own. Some cars don't do that, and then you're trying to drive and you can't figure out why you're not moving, and it's because the electronic parking brake is on. Back in the day, manual transmissions all had the huge manual e-brake, which is what I grew up driving, or it's what I learned how to drive manual on. So you're so used to having a manual e-brake, but this has an electronic e-brake, but it turns off automatically when you start driving, whether in drive or like first or reverse. And I really like that feature. It's so convenient. It makes it so much easier because you're not always struggling to remember to take it off electric parking brake. And the other thing this has that I appreciate is hill hold, because I live in a very hilly area. And hill hold, what that means is when you are stopped and you've got your foot on the brake and on the clutch, if you're in gear, and then you try to start driving and you're on a hill, you're going uphill, it automatically holds the brake. After you take your foot off the brake to go accelerate, it holds the brake for you for a few seconds. It's probably like, I'm gonna say 2 to 3 seconds. But it just saves that little bit of anxiety from having to quickly work your feet from brake to acceleration, letting your foot off the clutch as you start driving uphill from a dead stop. Alright, I've got in sport mode, so you might hear some extra pops. I love the sounds in this thing. Twin turbo inline 6-cylinder, 382 horsepower, 369 pound-feet of torque, manual 6-speed transmission. You can get an automatic in the regular. I think you can get an automatic in the M40 as well. Because I know in the US they charge you extra for the manual transmission. I didn't see that on the Canadian site. The 0 to 60 miles per hour in this is stated to be 3.9 seconds. Seriously comfortable drive. I love driving manual. Yeah, I mean, it's a fun roadster. All right, yes, we got luxurious seats that have thigh extenders. Of course, it sounds good. Really nice leather gear gear shift knob. What do you call it in a manual? It's not a gear selector, it's a gear shift knob, right? It's not, and then we have a wireless charging pad under here, a USB, and our opening for the soft top over here. We can control the infotainment with this. Our drive modes are here. I've been driving it in sport mode because it gets some extra snap, crackle, pops. It sounds amazing. I will take you for a drive. And it does stiffen the suspension though. So like if this was my car, I would probably put, create an individual. I believe there's an individual. Yeah, there's an individual configuration. So what I would do if this was my car, I would set it to individual mode every time, which would mean exhaust would be in sport mode, suspension would be in comfort mode. That would be my ideal, and probably not super stiff steering. Some hard touch climate buttons. It is a dual zone climate system. It is wireless CarPlay, and it's very responsive to connect. I love that. It's a nice big screen. So again, sunny day, I know it's hard to see, but like the Apple CarPlay screen is this size. I just don't have my phone connected right now. Fully digital driver display, nice big head-up display. And this spec, and this surprises me because a lot of times you won't get this in a manual transmission car, but it does have adaptive cruise control as well on this particular spec, which I would get because when you're driving in traffic or just on the highway in general, adaptive cruise control is fantastic. And if you don't know what I mean when I always say adaptive cruise control, it's if you set it to 100 kilometers an hour per se, and you come up and you're in the slow lane, hopefully, because you should always be in the slow lane unless you're like passing someone, and you come up to somebody who's going, let's say 95 kilometers an hour, it will automatically slow down and keep a safe distance from the vehicle in front of you. And then if that vehicle moves, leaves the highway, it will speed back up to 100 kilometers an hour automatically if that's what your speedometer is set at for your cruise control. Some nice touch buttons on the steering wheel as well as a heated steering wheel button. We do have heated seats up here. Well, the only two seats in the Z4. We do have heated seats, but not ventilated. But I love these leather seats. They're so beautiful. And then, of course, the M trim and piping and the M seat belts, just really beautiful. So what do you think of this Z4? I think it is gorgeous and so much fun to drive, and I love a good roadster. I actually own a 2008 Mercedes-Benz Roadster, which is a two-seater convertible, and I really enjoy driving this, and it's got so many great luxury features. And the Z4 can be had in a 4-cylinder as well. That's the base, and it starts at 82,000 Canadian or about 55,000 US dollars. This paint color is also an option. This frozen deep green metallic is a 6,000 Canadian dollar option, or about 2,900 US dollars. This has some packages on it, the premium enhanced, and I believe in Canada the manual transmission comes on the M40i, whereas in the US it's a $3,500 option to get the manual transmission. And that's just based on me looking at my spec sheet, because it says the manual transmission is not extra. These wheels are extra, this paint color is extra, and then of course the premium package. This one as spec'd, 96,000 Canadian dollars or 78,000 US dollars if I built it out correctly on the BMW US website. A lot of fun, really beautiful, total statement car, total fun car. Let me know what you think. Leave me a question or a comment. Please do subscribe. We'll see you guys soon.